Let's see who they want. Okay. Let's see. Let's see who they want. Let's see. Let's see who they want.
It's time to see who they want. I'ma kick back and roll me a blunt with the culture. We know it's trending, it's over. I can't respect your feelings. I touch your shoulder, fuck your feelings. We the culture, we know who they want. Who they want, we know who they want. Who they want.
All right, all right. He's back again. You know who it is. It's your favorite DJ, favorite DJ. And I'm with favorite podcast show. That show that still do everything that they don't, where they play commercials during a live airing of a podcast. Yeah, we do that here. You know what I'm saying? I am DJ Steady because I'm always ready to deliver the greatest show on earth. You know what I'm saying? For the podcast that's for the culture, by the culture. And I'm here, what I'm saying, with my bro, what I'm saying? We like the new age podcast, Shaq and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? We out here like Superman. We out here like Superman and crypto. You did? Cause that's my
Yeah,
dog.
let's go. Let's go.
You feel me?
What's going on, bro?
Coming off that Dragon Ball Diamond, we like, what I'm saying, Goku and Vegeta out here. Just
Let's go.
next level and some shit.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? How you feeling tonight, Mr. A for Abel?
I cannot complain, bro. I cannot complain. And it's just that, like, as much as I think I know about the world is telling me, you know nothing. Watch this.
Indeed,
the,
it's
the world,
it's
the world is telling me, the world's treating me like Jon Snow right now. Be like, you know nothing. You know
nothing.
nothing.
We know nothing. But what I
Nothing.
do know is a quick rest in peace to the Queen, Angie Stone. We just
Yeah.
recently lost her. My
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers go out to her friends and family. And we also, rest in peace to the voice of Space Ghost. I don't know if some of y'all might be a little too young to remember Space Ghost, but the guy that originally voiced him recently passed. And rest in peace to the drummer, one of the drummers from the band My Chemical Romance, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, for
also
real?
passed. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's been the death angel been lurking in the music industry and entertainment world, and for those of us that's local, been snatching a couple of our local folks as well.
Man, of course, of course. I've had a few deaths in my family just recently, um, and just last week we were talking about Miranda Cosgrove, and sheesh, yeah, just rest in power to everyone out there. Everyone, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Check in on your people. Check in on your people, even if you're not, even if you haven't heard from them in a while, or if you're not like that close to them. Sometimes if they're on your mind, just call them. Call, text, ask someone who who's close to them, like, hey, can you get in touch with so and so? I've been thinking about them. Just be aware. There's some people out here dropping like flies, and ugh,
Right, it be people you be people you wouldn't expect to pass so soon, or it be those type of people that that old saying, "The leaning tree, I ain't always the
mm,
first to go." It don't even discriminate. Like there's no age, creed, color, none
nope.
of that. They just snatching our people up, man.
Yeah, man. At this at the same time, big ups to everyone who's still here, hoping hope that you're living life to the fullest. You know,
We got to, because it's Pisces season.
Yeah, you
You know
about
what
to
I'm
celebrate
saying?
your birthday.
The big dog himself about to celebrate going up. You know what I'm saying? My theme for my birthday this year is a celebration of life.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Have a few friends come over. We're gonna pop some champagne. We're gonna toast to the good life.
Mm. You know what I recently found out? This is gonna be random, but you know what I recently found out about something they do in Japan, right? So
Okay, what you got
so
for me?
as you probably know, Japan has made it like, I feel like they've made it their mission to make every obscure thing a job. Like if you want to rent, like if you want to take a nap with somebody, you just pay. You just pay. It's totally legit. If you want to rent a girlfriend, or rent a boyfriend, or just a random friend to watch you eat. That they've made just about everything a business. And recently, I learned that they do the like the wakes, like while you're still alive. They if you pay this service, they'll set you up with a living wake and or funeral, right? And for those who, and some people were like, okay, so why would you do that? I knew a family that did that once, not in Japan but here, right? Because they wanted to know what people would say when they died, before they died. You know what I'm saying? So, but it turns out it does help a lot with the it does help a lot with the mourning process. Not to mention that, not to mention that funerals and wake services and everything that costs. You know, so figured
Right.
if you do this already while you're alive, it takes the sting out of it. You know, and I'm like, I never really thought of that. But since we're on the subject right now, I figured that was on my head for that was on my mind for a little second. But mm,
Indeed, right. It's miraculous how certain cultures have a concept for dealing with, you know, the wages
yeah,
of death and the way we celebrate life. Like there's one culture who anniversary periods or certain periods they dig up their dead relatives, and part. I don't know if I can be around that though. That might be a little too much for me. You ain't gotta go get nobody that done been 6 feet under for about 30 plus years. No, they ain't nothing but dust. And talking about, yeah, we gonna sit the corpse right up in here and parlay. We
nah,
ain't gotta do no night of
no.
I'm
Although
cool.
I have seen, like, okay, like for years of being on the internet, you think you see it all, no, and then, just like I was saying earlier, life has a way of telling you, oh no, watch this, right? So like, you ever seen those like reports or videos of people, they're granting their deceased's dying wish, and their dying wish is to be at their own wake and or funeral, right? So they'll prop them up
Right.
like they're just there partying with the rest of the family, like on some weekend at Bernie's. And it's it's like, oh, so people actually do that. Okay, it's creepy, but it helps somebody, you know.
Yep. Don't worry about me. Just skip me out on that type of invite. You feel me? Just skip me. Don't be like, well, steady. You was my best friend for X amount of years. I feel like you be the. I'm not the perfect guy. I'm telling you now. I'm not the perfect guy. Don't call me. Call Ghostbusters.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know if I would do that either. To be honest, to be 100% with you, bro. I don't know if I would do that either.
Nah, that's
Um,
just nah. That's because how can you mentally wrap your mind around? You know what I'm saying? Somebody either it's moments before their passing or in the midst of them pass, like it's freshly dead. Like, nah, I'm I'm celebrate me while I can breathe. Give me my roses while I can smell them.
well, let me give you your roses right now, soon to be birthday boy. I appreciate, and I appreciate you, and I love everything that we've been able to accomplish as podcast colleagues and as friends.
I appreciate that. That means the world. And we've been through a lot in these
Facts.
past 3 years. We got over 100 episodes of Artistry Tuesday.
Met a
Like,
lot of great people.
remember when Artistry Tuesday started?
Mhm.
You know, we had a guy all the way from Africa.
Yep.
We had the UK in the
We had
building.
Africa. We had
We was the first.
Ireland. We had few people from the UK. Matter of fact, and we had Australia. We had all like,
We
and
did.
big ups to them. Big ups to them. I've seen some of them since our interviews. They're doing big things. So shout out to everybody, local, international, anybody that's watching this, anybody that's hearing us for the first time. Big ups to y'all.
Big up to all the listeners, all the viewers, no matter what dimension you tap in from. Rather you tap in on the Facebook network, the YouTube network, the TikTok network, the LinkedIn network. I'm out
Gotcha.
here. I'm doing it. I'm grinding one episode at a time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spotify. Shout out to Apple Podcasts. Shout out to what's the other one?
Amazon.
Amazon. I'm
Mm,
on Amazon. Samsung. I'm out here. It's just multiple stream. It's crazy when you just go in an unbeknownst episode of quick shout outs. You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I want to shout out to all the recent artists that we just had. Shout out to Lyrical Silencer. You
Yep,
know what I'm
yep.
saying? Shout out to Lyric Lyros. Shout out to Chifa. You know what I'm saying? I did a music review for his
Oh,
Hustle
I
2
saw I
project,
saw that
which
the
was
other day.
super
Big up
dope.
to him. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris Mohead. We had him on a few weeks ago. Just to name a few people, Artistry Tuesdays. Of course, Huddy World, 706.
Mm.
We had Big Huddy, you know what I'm saying? Probably be tapping in the comments. Shout out to Wordsmith. The list can go on, but we ain't here to do all that. What we got in the news? We got to get it going because we got a dope guest waiting in the background who going to get some of this who they
All
want
right. Well,
energy.
I got two things. I got two things for you. Either okay, so one has to do with something we've been talking on and off about a lot around here, and that's AI, and another has to do with genetics and genetic editing. Which one you want to hear first?
Let's open up that AI door. I'm
You
on a
want to, you
roll with this AI
oh
lifestyle.
boy. All right. My girlfriend gonna kill me. She hates AI. Shout out to her though. But all right, queued up here. Yeah. So basically, all right. So Spotify. I, lo- I love Spotify, but I know they don't love me. Spotify is now teaming up with an AI company to basically make audible AI narrations for audiobooks and whatnot. Yeah. I um the I'm sorry. Part of me is still trying to wrap my head around it. Spotify is now accepting audiobooks narrated by 11 Labs. This comes from the 11 Labs website. Um, More people are listening to audiobooks than ever before. Yeah, but many independent authors getting an audio version of their work published is on major platforms has been expensive and time consuming until now. So they've recently announced this. This is a few weeks old at this point. They announced it back last month, late last month. So this company called 11 Labs that specializes in AI audio and AI voices are now partnering with Spotify to make digital narrations for books with voices, different voices, different tones. And I saw an example of it, right? I saw an example of it recently on an Instagram reel, and it was weird only because the tone wasn't right. The person was reading something somber and it was supposed to be serious, right? But they had like a chipper Valley Girl accent, and it's like it just tonally it just did not match, right? So
Right.
the person that was showing the example was a voice artist herself. She read the passage in the book, and then she had the AI read it, and the tone couldn't be any more different, right? What I've learned while using some AI tools is sometimes AI cannot tell the difference. They cannot tell the difference in tone. Sometimes they can't even tell
Agree.
when you're asking a question. So punctuation is, depending on what platform you're using, is not a it's not its thing. I use a lot of AI programs to make shorts with captions. What I noticed with shorts with captions is they don't certain things they don't try to spell. You gotta spell it yourself, right? like names of certain
Right.
cities, but also if somebody's asking a question, they have a comma for a punctuation, but going on with the rest of the sentence, there is no question mark, right? You got to put it up there yourself half the time. Like
Agreed.
what? Like what's going on? I know we're talking sentence structure here, but
But still, it should be important, you know, especially when we're going into the future and this is the new way the world is about to be molded. But, you know, I don't need my AI voice to be sounding like a teleprompter with, bad literature. Like, you're right, no punctuations. Because I did some behind the scenes AI use when I was creating a promo for an ad I wanted to run
yep,
on this pod. And you was like, bro, why does it sound like so just monotone?
there
It
was
was
no
just
soul in there.
and
Nope,
it was
like emotions. You can't fake emotion. You know,
you just you,
you cannot fake emotion. Like if you go into it, like say, all right, say like I said with the voice artist who was reading that passage, that was supposed to be something that would make you think and slow down and really digest what you're reading because it was something somber, right? But if you go in there with like a ha ha, you know what I'm saying, you know, and they're talking like oh they're talking about somebody somebody dying, they're talking about somebody's funeral, they're talking about somebody who just had a major loss or is coming to terms with something in their life. You don't want to be all like chipper about that till the revelation is done. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just
agreed. Nah. Like imagine it had to tell you the most devastating news. And by it being so emotionless, you don't even know, should I be upset about it? Should I
is
be
this a
angry?
joke?
Like you don't even know where to set your mind in the
Mhm.
tone.
Tone is
Like we
everything.
was on the subject of people passing. Imagine AI had to deliver it to you and we're sorry to inform you that Angie Stone has died today. And you're like, well, that's a way to just break it to me.
Yeah. Ha ha, Mr. Steady, you're fired. You've lost your job.
You
Pack
know
your
what?
bags.
You're
Here's your box. Here's your
yeah,
severance pay.
and
Bye bye.
done. Bye bye. Nah, man. It's the way the world. There's just some stuff you need to work out the kinks. Like I'm not gonna turn it down. I'm just saying you got to work out the kinks a little bit to let it be a little more advanced. To us, the consumers, liking.
Mm, I don't know, like with the amount of stuff that it's gobbling up, like you know what I'm saying? Because in order to make these AI prompts and have them come out as fast as they have, you have to keep feeding the machine, right? Everything we do now is subject to feeding an AI program. Everything. That's why they tell you in their like look at like and I know a lot of us don't like to read terms of service, but look at the terms of service when you're signing up for an app or something, right? Really look into it because now there's so many videos of how to opt out for taking your data for AI, for like AI training purposes. When we never said we'd opt in. We just wanted to start using this app, whichever app it is, you
That's
know.
all.
But
Yeah,
yeah, just be
no,
aware of what you're signing up for.
I agree. Plain and simple. All right. We got a little time for our second article
Oh, okay,
before we
bro,
bring the
bro,
dope.
bro. Wait, you ready for this? Okay, you ready for
Uh
this?
oh.
Okay, remember not too long ago when we were talking about scientists trying to bring back the woolly mammoth as well as this Siberian extinct tiger. Well, well, a lab recently have created a new species of mice. Hoping to revive mammoths, scientists create woolly mice. Scientists have genetically engineered mice with some key characteristics of an extinct animal that was far larger, the woolly mammoth. The woolly mice marks a important step forward anchoring the research's ultimate goal, bringing back the woolly mammoth, like creating a back from extinction. So they want to bring it back from extinction. They say. For us, it is an incredibly big deal, says Beth Spario, chief scientist officer of Colossal Biosciences, excuse me, a Dallas company, tried to resurrect the woolly mammoth and other extinct species. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to
Okay.
stop right there. Now I saw they did a news report on this lab, and they are basically saying that things around us, like man-made things, are changing faster than evolution can keep up, right? So they feel it is their job
Right.
to basically move it along. To me, trying to bring back a species that was well wiped out over like thousands of years could turn. Has nobody seen Jurassic Park? I'm just saying. Every time this comes out, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying part of me isn't curious, right? But we got elephants. We have their genetic. We have their
Right.
genetic cousins. We have these. We have the animals that we have that are that are still around. That some people are either hunting to extinction or experimenting on, or they can't. Or if you're like a polar bear or whatever, you're moving to warmer climates because polar ice caps are melting. You like, how about we help the animals that are already here instead of trying to bring back their relatives? You know?
Too much like right. Like when you have a fixation on trying to play, so I'm gonna say play God. Like you want to do something for what? To study it, to figure out how it maneuvered. Discovery Channel been giving us, 3D presentations for years on how they live their life during their time
But
of living.
and
Bringing that back to
yeah,
reality, using mice though, come on,
you're
have we
using
not seen 28 Days Later?
you're using mice to see if it's actually done, because gene editing is more of a thing now. They've discovered that yes, it is done. We can we can inject certain qualities into the mice, right? And these mice look so cute, right? But what are they going to be like when they say get older, or or grow, or what have you, or say I've
Are mutating into something y'all ain't never seen
right,
Gremlin? When you feed it past midnight and drop a little water on it?
man. Oh man, like, okay, so there was this dog, right? There was this dog. Have you've seen these videos of people that dog owners that have like the buttons with the voice, with the voices, so it's like their dog is talking, right? Right. Okay. So
Right.
what happens if a dog has an interested like a crisis, right? So they what you call it? They were basically, they gave the dog the buttons. The dog just basically was discovering how to talk and communicate using the using the buttons, right? And then they started switching up different like different words and like different things, and then the dog started asking itself, why do I exist? They started getting like philosophical. They started getting worried, and then they started questioning life. And so the dog ended up in therapy, and they now are on antidepressants, right? Now I have seen animals that have had anxiety. I mean, shoot, we're animals. Okay, I deal with anxiety on a regular basis.
Okay.
I don't know anybody that doesn't, to be honest. But what are you going to do when something that was not here for thousands of years starts questioning why it's here?
That's all right. We just what they say. We just one. That's just one step closer to
Yeah.
the end.
What are you gonna What are you gonna do? Just like in Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World movie, when they created the that giant dinosaur using genetics from other dinosaurs. What So, but hey, that's a question we're going to be asking for a while now. Yeah,
Indeed,
yeah. So
indeed.
before I go completely off the deep end, how about we introduce our guest?
Exactly, right. Just bring him in, the artist for tonight.
It was good.
What's good? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing well. How about y'all?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
can't
can't
complain.
complain.
Word.
Yeah, can't complain. What'd you think? What'd you think about the? What'd you think about the news segment?
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Hmm.
All
Would you
right,
want?
just for
Would
the
you?
record,
Yep.
what's your artist name? Because I realized we didn't drop it for the good folks watching or listening.
Uh, Lil Pseudo.
Little
Pseudo.
okay, gotcha.
Little pseudo. All right. So how you doing tonight, little pseudo?
Man, I'm doing well, man. How about y'all?
And no, cannot
It
complain.
feels
Cannot
good to
complain.
be alive. Every day above ground is a blessed one.
It's a good one.
Word.
Yep. Hmm. So as we get started, um, I always get now. Me personally, I'm always fascinated by when an artist chooses a name, or when a band or anyone chooses a name. So, what's the significance of yours?
Uh, I was thinking of just wanted to think of a name, and I just took pseudonym and just
Hmm.
shortened it to pseudo.
You just took oh, okay, all right. So you like? Yeah, I read your bio. You like wordplay. Hmm.
What's up?
Respect. You like wordplay. I got you.
Word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, how'd you get started?
Um, well, I've been doing music in some way, shape, or form a majority of my life, as far as like me rapping and stuff. Uh, I'd always like kind of like written like poetry or just written in some kind of way,
Hmm.
and then I just found a beat and just went from there.
Hmm. Was that like a suggestion from a friend, or were you just looking online?
I was just looking for a beat. I just happened to
Hmm.
find one that I like. It was it was for some kind of it was some kind of like contest or something.
Ah. Yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. And for for those who don't know, like, how would you describe your art? How would you describe your music for someone who's just getting into it?
I just make what I make. I make what I like.
Straightforward and to the point.
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
no, I like that. And, I make what I like tells me I can't really be pinned down to just one thing. One day I might be doing trap, the next day I might be doing EDM. I don't know, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Right. So your bio say, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, touch a little bit, that you was California based with a little Texas
Word.
mix. So were you started out in California?
No, I was born in West Texas, but Southern California just that's just home. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Mm. Yeah. So what is it about California, you think?
Uh, so my first introductions to music, um, I skate. I started doing that out there,
Mm.
and it just slowly like it just it just feels like home. You know what I mean?
Awesome. I'm not jealous right now. I can deal with the cold. I'm coming from Connecticut, and we're dealing with like constant weather changes on a regular basis, right? So
Word.
so one day it's like 30 degrees, the next day is 50, the next day is 60, the next day is 20 again.
Man.
Yeah, man. And studies in Texas right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Holding down big H town out you.
But he's originally
Word.
from Florida.
That's what's up.
Yep, yep. Hmm. So who would you say would be like some of your musical influences?
There's a lot of them. There's Wayne,
Yep.
Eminem, uh, Drake's dope, Pop Smoke is dope, Bobby Foreign, Lil TJ's dope, uh, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Metallica, uh, some uh, like jazz music, and a
Mm,
little bit of classical every now and then.
nice.
That's an interesting
I love the
combination now.
eclectic
You know what I'm
taste.
saying?
Mhm.
Artists is starting to branch out just beyond, Tupac, Biggie, Rakim, all the forefathers and the
Right.
goats. So I like that you expand your horizon on music. Salute to that.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, bro, bro said Nirvana. Respect.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Word.
Much respect. And it's like it's like it's refreshing. Like like I say I like anything that moves me, but automatically you would like if somebody were to ask me, sometimes my list will like my list will change depending on how I'm feeling. Do you feel like that's do you feel does that describe your musical taste?
Yeah, like I'll listen to what I just like listen to at the time.
Mm,
I'll make what I want to make, and it's basically kind of how that goes, I guess.
gotcha, gotcha. Hmm. So like when you first made that song for that contest, what was the song called? Do you remember?
I think it was called "Fuck Them Cops" because I was really mad at some cops.
Huh. Can you tell us what happened?
Just a lot of stupid stuff, just them being them.
Hmm. Gotcha. So he had his Ice Cube moment. All right. All right. I got you. Wow. All right. And from there, it just turned into a whole career for you, huh?
Yeah, I was just like, I'm pretty pissed off. I'm gonna write some stuff down, and I kind of just went from there.
From writing poetry to writing songs. Do you
Yeah.
I see a lot of a lot of similarities between between when somebody writes a poem versus when somebody writes a song. There are slight differences, but at the same time, I find them to be pretty much like they're like right on top of each other, right? So like, have you ever done like any spoken word?
Spoken word poetry. I mean, like I write like haiku poems and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
as far as like a spoken word, I don't know. Maybe because like I rap it and I rap and
Mm-hmm.
shit like that, so I might accidentally end up doing it, and then I might catch it, and then I'm like, oh wait, bars. Wait a minute. Just keep
Mm,
going.
gotcha. So what's your creative process like?
um, Normally it's like I'll find a beat or something, or I'll grab pen and paper because I like to write,
Mm,
and I'll just I'll just write to the beat.
mm. And how long do you like? Do you have a you ever thought about how long that takes you to write a song? Or do you go back to it as like, oh wait, that's a dope line. I could change this to this and da da da. Like,
And I guess it really kind of just depends. If I'm cool with it,
mm,
then then I'm cool with it. If I want to change something, then I'll change it.
mm. And as far as recording, are you now a lot of artists these days like to punch in. They just like to go in and just ad lib and see what happens. You sound like you already come with like a with like an idea and a and a pen and a piece of paper or a pad, right?
Yeah, like I just be actually recording everything myself,
Hmm.
and I'll just have some stuff written out.
Oh, okay, so you're like a jack of all trades. So you got the so you could also count yourself as like an engineer too, huh?
I mean, I guess so.
Hmm.
All right. So when you doing your beats, are you Do you have a producer that you get beats from? Are you leasing beats?
Yeah.
Or you create your own beat?
I'll normally like find a producer and get a beat from
Mm. Is there anyone in particular you like to work with the most, or do you just want to see what's out there?
them. Kind of just want to see what's all out there. I
Mm.
mainly make like a lot of drill music. 'Cause
Yep.
I like drill music.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got you. Hmm. And who are you like? And as far as like like right now, who is someone that you would want to work with in the future?
Like production wise, or just like in general.
In general.
I mean, with with me being someone who raps and Wayne and M being my favorite rappers, that'd be cool to
Mhm.
work with them at some point. That'd be nice.
Okay.
Uh,
So, wow, that studio. You know that studio session is gonna be nuts.
word.
Yeah.
You know that studio session is gonna be nuts. Man, you gotta. All right. So since you're a Wayne and M fan, we are too over here. Like, what do you feel like? All right. So they've been able to like transcend eras, right? Between Wayne and a lot of people that that you've named, they've been able to you know to really like transcend eras and like decades, so you can tell the difference between when they were younger to where they are, to where they are now. What are some of your like favorite songs from either M or Lil Wayne?
Say here recently, probably my favorite M song is probably Soldier off the Eminem show.
Hmm.
That was a good
Ah,
one.
yep. No, that's a great one. Uh,
Uh, let's see. Let's see. Probably one of my favorite Wayne songs right now. Man, I think well, one of my favorite Wayne songs right now um because like I'm either like always like listening to music or trying to make it or just make some sort of like artistic whatever.
hmm.
And probably one of the Wayne songs that I'll be listening to the most.
Nice.
Probably maybe Scotty.
Mm,
Scotty's a good one.
mm. And steady. Would that make you steady? Would that make your list? Like he's a Wayne fanatic.
Or
Hmm.
Uh, Absolutely, that would definitely make my list.
Oh man. But other stuff, because they've done a few things, together, collaborating between Wayne and M. I think between the two of them, like I love them both on what you call it? It was them, Drake, and Kanye, and I think honestly, I think everybody brought their A game, and hmm, and that now I want to listen. Now I want to listen to it after this stream is over. To be honest, hmm. But so you got your so you got a 10 track album out as of last year. What would you say your favorite track off your own stuff is?
let's see from that Shock the World album that
Yeah.
dropped last year.
Hmm.
Um, what about it's a good one. I like the way that one sounds. This is a really good one.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. No, I see steady. That's yeah. You like that one too?
Hmm?
Yeah, that was
That
the
was a
banger.
banger. Nice. See, I'm telling you, at some point
I
we
like
gotta
that
make
one. That was a dope one.
at some point we gotta make a playlist with all these great artists' music because we've had the privilege of talking to to some people who are just just phenomenal. I can tell that you're going to be one of one of those one of those people, and I love that you're straightforward with your answers. You know.
Or,
Mm-hmm. Mm. But what are you working? But what are you working on currently? Anything?
see, I just wrote some last night. Um, Currently working on just like a few mixtapes,
Mm-hmm.
second album, and let's see, I got a couple mixtapes out. Like one's called Classic. There's a Classic Two on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The first one's on my SoundCloud. Third one still working on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I think we got another mixtape called Bloodiest Outcome. I just haven't dropped it yet.
Mm. Man, sounds like
And
you.
second album's called Red Room. Dropped a
Second
single
album,
from it.
okay, so I did see that on. I did see. I'm on Spotify a lot. I did see that on your Spotify, I believe. Okay,
Word,
yeah, gotta look that up. Um, definitely, yeah, definitely gotta look that up. Mm. And when you're not, so when you're not doing your music, you said you skate and everything, and everything else. Like, is that still one of your pastimes?
Uh, yeah. When I get a chance to get another board, yeah,
Wore your other one out?
yeah.
Hmm.
That's interesting. That's definitely, you know what I'm saying? That's how the culture moves now, where, there's so much mixed into the DNA, and it's not to just keep associating everything with Lil Wayne. Like, Lupe Fiasco came in the game as a skateboarder. Really, before Wayne was on his
Mm-hmm.
skateboard, hip hop vibes. It was Lupe, you know what I'm saying, which made it so dope because his first track that I was
Kick push.
introduced was
Mm-hmm.
Kick
Word,
Push.
Yeah. Just talking about life and skateboarding, and I think that was the first time I had ever seen anyone in hip hop talk about skateboarding that way. You know, I always wanted to try it. I can't. I do not have the balance for it.
hmm.
But no,
Hey
but
man, it's never too late to learn.
man, true. The most I could ever look, the most I could ever do when I was a kid, when the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games came out, that was the closest I could do to being a skater. Make a skate park on on my cousin's PlayStation and do it that way.
No word.
Indeed.
And
That was it, man. Creating your own character just to be like, if this was me as a skateboarder, this is what I would be like.
that's it. Or if
Word,
you like, or like, okay, so there used to be a okay. So what you did, like, you go online and it's like, hey, you can find Freddy Krueger in Tony Hawk's Skate. You just need these things. They would show you how to do a custom Freddy Krueger or a custom Spider Man or a custom whatever character, and that would just be so just so crazy just watching them do these crazy tricks and get all these all these points. And I'm like, some of these are some of these are impossible, but other things like, man, how do they come up with this stuff? And do think I do think they're either doing like because everything's getting a revival or an HD version. I think I just saw an advertisement for an HD version of one of the Tony Hawk games. Whew, man,
no word.
yeah, man, man, definitely check it out if you're into it. So what is it that inspires you the most to keep making your art?
I just really love the arts.
Mm,
like a paint and draw, make music, things like that.
mm. Yeah, I get the drawing vibe from you. So like when you're drawing something, is it just something you see or is it something in your head? Like what is your like what like what's your style there? Do you like to sketch, color pencils? Have you ever done any digital art?
Uh, as far as like some kind of like graphic design like kind of
Yeah,
stuff, like no, not
yeah,
really. Like
yeah.
set on like some kind of a software or something, like some kind
Hmm.
of like a nah.
No,
It'd be kind of cool though.
hey, it's never like getting into digital art. Like I know plenty of artists who, who do both. You know, sometimes they'll do a piece completely digitally, or they'll convert whatever they have on paper and try to do it digitally, you know or they'll have a whole like digital portfolio of stuff that just jumps off the page. Um, like there's this one page I follow called Creations by Ty, right? And they have this piece that forever speaks to me. It's two elephants while the sun sets. It's two elephants with their trunks wrapped around each other, like they're just it's like to me it looks like they're in love, and there's a sunset in the back of them, and I always go back to that, always go back to that one piece if I need to pick me up. I didn't realize it spoke to me that much, but it does.
And right now, art is a connection to the soul. Like I feel like artwork should be you know what I'm saying, in different ways that you can use it. Like like I was having a conversation today about when it comes to being an artist, but then sometimes the way you dress yourself up don't really match the way your artistry can come into the game, and it can kind of be deceptive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because people don't like how they say don't judge a book by its cover. That's
yeah,
that's basically what that is. You don't know what another person is going through unless you speak to them or walk a mile.
Like, look at Trinidad James, for example. Like one of the freshest guys. And granted, he can rap really good. But
Mm.
then he's a tease rapper. Like he basically just raps to look good. Shout out to Eric Green, brother from another. Random thoughts with Eric G's in the
Eric
building.
G,
right.
what's up, bro? Yeah, man. Nah, I gotta talk. Yeah, what's good, bro? Yeah, man. And another hardworking podcaster up in here.
Hey, Chief was in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Loud Mob is here.
And yeah, you might walk out with some curious folks after this one, because they're definitely gonna shout out your Spotify, your SoundCloud, and wherever else you got your music.
All right. So when it comes to making your music and making the type of music that you make, what is your biggest inspiration behind the way you produce your artistry?
Um, uh, the biggest just kind of just whatever I think sounds good. I really like that Brooklyn drill sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope. Uh, let's see. It's really about it. I kind of just kind of mix things the way uh, uh, the way that sounds good. Sorry about that. The way that sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. And mm, and as far as like what your because you already got your discography going, but what is something that you would like to what advice would you give to someone who is either just starting out or is trying to figure out their niche in this in this music.
Uh, I could say to that would be just make what you like.
Mm, yeah, just make what you like. There's so much out there. There's so much out there. So if you can try and and try and find something new or something different or something unique, then you're already a step ahead. At least to me. You know?
Or
Yep. Ah,
Are you looking to go mainstream in the future, or just stay underground and kind of independent? Dropping albums and promoting it through this new age of the streaming world.
mainstream would be pretty dope.
mm, yeah, yeah. Why not? As long as as long as you got the right people behind you, you know.
Or
hmm Yeah. Where do you think the things are going right now? Like we were just talking about AI, right? And the people have people have used AI in their music before. Some are putting together like whole like AI music playlists. I've seen some of the most ridiculous yet interesting things like things out there, and sometimes it's just like, okay, I like this, but why? Do you see like like AI music really being really being a thing that people gravitate towards for the long term, and do you see this as just a trend?
personally, I don't really know, but uh, some AI stuff that I've seen and like heard has been kind of cool
Hmm.
as far as like artistic wise. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, that's neat. And
Could
then
you
like
see yourself? Could you see yourself possibly utilizing it in the future?
eh, probably not, but maybe like I don't know.
Yeah, guess we have to wait and see. Hmm. And as far as things like you're an artist. What do you like? Where do you think the now? Recently, I saw a video essay talking about the relevancy of music videos today. Right? Where do you like? Do you think like music videos, and then like in the environment we're in, like the YouTube and the TikToks. Do you think that's important for an artist to have, where do you see yourself on that?
But as far as like having videos out and stuff like that,
Yeah.
videos are pretty cool. It can be pretty useful. It's just
Mm.
another way to get creative.
Oh, no, good point. All right, so Eric G is asking, who can you compare your sound and style and music style to?
Yeah, so who can compare it to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't really like try to like compare my sounds like other sounds. I just like the way I sound.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair enough. Yeah, I say check his music, check his music out, and see for yourself.
Yeah, but it's definitely good. It's good. It's a good balance of you know originality. Like when you're trying to decode it, like I can see him just being himself. Like you can see that mix of blend of the culture. You just see the culture blended in it.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You know. Hmm. Yeah. If you could have, if you could have, yeah, I don't know. I think
Mm,
people are liking the way you're just straightforward with the questions. Straightforward with the
right.
answer.
You
Mhm.
dig?
What do you think, Stead?
We got another, yeah, we got another question. Chief wanted to know, from the audience, what's a dream feature that you would like to have?
A dream feature. Um, let's see. Having Wayne as a feature would be pretty cool. Or even being featured on one of his tracks, that'd be nice.
And
Same with them. Same with uh Tyler the Creator. Be pretty dope.
Tyler the Creator. He's talking about somebody who's been like he reinvented himself, right?
Or
And the
Yeah.
stuff he's coming out with now, I really gotta get. I really gotta get in. Really gotta get into. I don't think I've listened to his stuff enough, to be honest. Yeah, but no, good choice. Good choice. Hmm.
yeah, his latest album was a Chromacopia. That was pretty dope.
Hmm. That was art
And
100. 100%.
that thing there was a storm by itself. Like just the performances, his engagement. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the moments that makes me love hip hop even more when you see artists is really go deep down in a bag and produce something like that. That was really incredible.
Yeah. I love stuff that makes you think. You know, I
Or
love I love stuff that makes you think. I love wordplay. Sometimes I like to just listen to stuff, but a lot of times I like to, I wonder what's going on in their head to say what they're saying and how they're saying it, and what is it that I'm not because you ever go back and re-listen to a song on repeat like a bunch of times trying to get like what does he mean by this bar, what does he mean by this, just straight up analyzing the song. Yeah, that's when
Indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. We want to thank our wonderful guests for coming through and hanging out in the Who They Want studio with
or
me and Kyle
yep,
E. You
yep.
know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue to support your music and your projects as you continue to drop some dope music for the world.
word. I guess I'll keep y'all posted on whatever uh uh music I got coming out or
Yeah,
you know.
most
I
definitely.
also paint and do art if y'all care about that at all. I mean,
Oh, of course,
I'm saying
of
that y'all
course.
don't, but whatever.
Of course. Yeah,
Definitely want to support the art and the art.
Word.
You know
everything,
what
the
I'm saying? The
whole the
double.
whole spectrum of what you got going on. Now, where can people find you?
You talking about like on like social media and shit like
Yeah.
that, or
Of
Mhm.
course.
uh,
When you tell them the GPS to pull up to your front.
word. Uh, say find me on like Instagram on Showtime AC37. Um, uh, X. Uh, there's two of them. There's Showtime AC37 and then the Showtime AC37.
Hmm.
There's got a TikTok, which is Showtime AC37 underscore. Uh, Snapchat is also the same. Showtime AC37. Uh, if you're on Tumblr at all, Showtime AC37.
Mm. Yeah. All right. We'll make sure to put that on in the description. Links will be everywhere.
Or
For
Sure.
sure.
Hmm. Yeah. So, Steady, you got any last
Last
mm,
minute say souls, y'all already know. We're gonna be celebrating the rest of this week. Like I said, it's big Pisces season, big energy, big who they want style. You know what I'm saying? Celebration of life. It's going down this Saturday. Only the real ones can get in. And everybody else can stay where they at. You dig, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna make sure y'all support my bro right here. Go copy his music. You know what I'm
mm,
or
saying? And we'll be back for the next live with DJ Steady and Company. You know how we hold it down. Cause we are who they want. here on Who They Want. You dig? Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night.
Well, appreciate it for having me, man. You have a good one.
Man, you too.
Abs-
Most definitely.
I forgot to give y'all my catchphrase. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to
There you
get
go.
ready. You